Hi everyone, welcome to my new video for Medusa. First, I will show you what I will be using. I have a regular makeup palette for costumes you can find in any Halloween store. I will also be using a makeup green base, which is also found in any Halloween store or Party City, and a small sponge. And I will be using the same sponge for all the colors I'll be applying to the face. So first, make sure your face is clean. I had already wiped mine, but just to give you a little demo. Wipe the eyes, face, forehead. Okay, so we're going to begin with our white. So I'm going to be dabbing the sponge and little by little pressing it onto the face. I will not be, how would you say, I will not be smudging it. It's more like just dabbing all over. And as you can see, I won't be putting it that heavy. You can still see some flesh under the white, but it's good to have just as a base so the colors pop out more. All over the lips, chin. If you will be applying this for a Halloween party, or just for your costume to go trick-or-treating, I would recommend to also apply the ears and bring it down to the neck. But for tutorial purposes, I will only be doing the face. Okay, once we got that done, we're going to use the yellow. On the other side of the sponge, nice and clean, we're going to start dabbing the yellow, starting from our nose and coming outwards. Now the yellow also does not have to be intense. It's just for a base for when we start applying our eyeshadow. The eyeshadow is what will really make the colors pop. So the yellow will only be applied to nose, cheeks, lips, around the eyes, and down to the chin. I will not do the entire forehead or on the sides. The sides I'm going to leave white. It also helps if you try to be as symmetrical as possible with your colors. You don't want one side to be uneven or darker or lighter than the other side. I only went as far as up as the eyebrows. Okay, now we're going to use our green base. Give me a minute as I open it. I'll show you how it looks now. It's a cream base, so it goes on fairly easy. Same sponge, start applying around the yellow, not on the yellow. So this is going to be just the forehead. I also use the point to create that little dip in the middle, the point of the sponge. And anything that's white, I'm covering with green. See here, I'm looking from side to side, making sure that I'm covering the necessary places and that I'm making it as even as possible. And then you just fix until you find that it's symmetrical. The green does not have to be dark either. We will go over the green also with eyeshadow. Okay, now that we got that done, I'm gonna pick my brush. It could be any regular eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to use a green that's similar to the green that's on my face. I don't want to go too dark because it will come out dark regardless. So if you pick a green darker than the one on your face, it's gonna end up coming out black. I tried. So after trial and error, you go applying little by little, and look how dark it's coming out. If I would have gone with a darker eyeshadow, it would have been black. It would have came out black. I do recommend, to avoid this painstaking long process, to use loose powder, green loose powder, non-shimmer of course, so it has to be matte. And you could use a way bigger brush and finish a lot quicker. And then use a smaller brush to define the edges. I ran out of loose powder, so I was stuck doing my entire face with that tiny brush. The only good I saw in using my tiny brush is that it sort of gave texture, I guess you could say. Gave texture to the color. So when I start adding the scales later, it's not so smooth, I guess you could say, because since when is scaly smooth? So the green is only going to be applied to obviously the green. We're going to go around. And once I start going down the side of my face, I will bring it out a bit. This is optional, you don't have to. I bring the green out to make points. And I do it several times. Well, a couple times. I think I'll need to do 2 or 3. Yeah, I do 3. One near the eye, the cheek, and then one going towards my lip. I create a little upside down widow's peak on my chin. Then I just fill out the rest of the area. Okay, now for the other side. And this is where trying to be as even as possible comes in. You don't want to have the points uneven, or different places. But sometimes imperfections does make perfection. Okay, now that we got that done, cleaning my brush, and we're gonna pick yellow, but this yellow is more lime, so it has more green in it than yellow, as you can see there, right in between yellow and green. And that's what we're applying to the center of our face. just in case you're wondering how long it actually took me to do this, even though the video is about 27 minutes long, to actual look took me an hour. So just to give you a heads up, if you're planning on doing this to go somewhere, give yourself an hour just for the makeup. Unless you're smart enough and you get yourself your big brush with loose powder, then you could probably cut it down to a half hour, because you won't have to do your face little by little by little. Okay, so now that we have that done, we are gonna do our eyeliner. Now our eyeliner has to be liquid. We cannot use pencil for this part. So and it also has to have a thin, very fine brush. Felt tip will not work. It's better for it to be brush. And we're gonna begin to draw our scales one by one. It does not have to be perfect, although if you are a perfectionist, go right ahead. I just went and did little half crescents. Now this is the longest and most tedious part of it all, but in the end it does come out nice, so you have to have the patience for it. Now if you can see, I don't go down to the yellow. I stay only in the green, the yellowish greenish, the center that we have in our face. That won't have any scales at all. So we're only gonna scale the green area, which is a good thing, less work. I know you can't see that side that well, but once I get to the other side of my face, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing. Also with the side of my face, I'm also more carefree, I guess you could say, with the scales. I'm not being as perfect, just flicking the brush. And it actually came out pretty nice. It didn't look messy at all. You just have to be consistent with your flicking, because you don't want it to be one scale ginormous and then the other one really tiny. Okay, almost done. Up to the chin. Then I'll start the other side. I did also try to do this with the black paint from the makeup palette, from the Halloween palette, and you could barely see it, and it actually started to remove the green. So I truly recommend using the liquid. It's your best bet, and it also comes out darker. When I was using the black from the palette, it came out grayish, and yeah, you could even tell it has scales. So learned my lesson in using liquid. See how liberal I'm being and carefree and just flicking. It's a lot faster. Whereas in the forehead, I was trying to be precise. Now I'm just fixing the edges of the green. Okay, now that we got that done, both sides, fully scaled, now we are gonna grab our eyeliner and we're gonna start doing the eyes. Now we're gonna do our eyes really thin. We're gonna line the top and bottom lid. We're gonna do a point in the inner eye, and then 2 flicks, 2 wings in the outer eye. At this point, I used a mirror that I had on my lap. It helps do my eyeliner better. Especially when I'm using liquid eyeliner. Much neater. At this point, I was doing the inner eye. Now I'm lining the bottom. Now we're going to do the other eye. This is the eye I always have problems doing. There's always that one eye. Doing the point in the middle. I mean in the inner eye. See, I was telling you earlier about symmetry. Now here, this is where I had realized that I had more green on one side of my face than on the other. So the 2 wings that I did, you can see more on one eye than you can on the other. So, had to deal with that. Now what I'm going to do is my eyebrows. I'm going to take a black eyeshadow, matte. I'm going to use my angle brush. There goes the matte black. And I'm also using my e.l.f. palette. Forgot to mention that. So I'm going to start filling those in. even though my hair is brown and the wig you would probably wear is snakes. I decided to just go with the black since I have a lot of black going on, aside from green. Okay, now I have that done. Now we're going to move on to the lips. So with a lipstick brush or lip gloss brush, whichever you prefer to call it, I'm going to use the red from the Halloween palette and do my lips. Yeah, I'm just trying to make the lips even. Okay, I was considering darkening the lips, but I think I'll just move on to my next eyeliner, which is Avon Glimmer Stick Blackest Night Eyeliner. And it's waterproof, so we're going to be using this for our waterline from the bottom and upper lid. Yeah, had to redo that part. Kind of messed it up when I put my finger there. But all is well that ends well. So now I'm doing my other eye, which you probably can't. Oh, there you go. Excuse the freaky eyes, but I have to. It's the only way I could do my upper lids. Okay, now we're going to use some mascara. Any mascara is fine. I'm using the Maybelline XXL extensions. I didn't bother putting on falsies, but at this point, after applying the mascara, you could apply whatever falsies you like for a more dramatic look. This time I decided to just stay as is. Now with my eyeliner, I'm going to bring it down on both eyes. Now both eyes will not be the same. I tried and I messed up, which you will probably see. But I will bring them both down, like I guess you could say like branches. It will look like branches. I was asked why I had done this, and I just wanted something different. Everything I've seen is like, you know, plain. So here we go. This is the finished look. My hair down. Look like a lioness over here. My hair loose. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed. This is how it looks on each side. Hope you enjoy my video. Please don't forget to subscribe above and leave comments and like the video below. Thank you.